it's a roller coaster of emotions really. From getting your kit ready in the morning to cycling down to standing on the edge of the ocean going, oh my gosh, this is going to really hurt, this is going to be cold, to submerging yourself and then having this wonderful feeling of euphoria and just laughter. You can't believe you're doing it. It just gives you a really fabulous feeling.
I swim because it's fun and I feel brave and it's inclusive and there's a tribe.
I always feel better. You never regret it.
I love the feeling of the cold and being really immersed and surrounded.
I do have a routine to keep me swimming throughout, the colder months. And what I do is I have a swimming journal, and it's not a fancy journal. In fact, it's this. It's not very fancy at all. And what I do is I just diarise, and it's only a few lines, and I'll put in, the date and time, the sea temperature, the air temperature, and maybe just some observations from the day or some reflections from that swim. On the 21st of February, Sunday, 10 AM, air temp 9 degrees, sea temp 10 degrees, Porthleven, bouncy and bobby, splishy and splashy. Lots of salty sisters, swimming together but apart. Good energy in the air, lovely to see so many smiley faces. After each swim, and then I have a record, and it's nice to reflect and have a read, and that kind of gives me, when I reread it, the energy to go and swim again.
I've always swum in the sea. I've grown up here. I've loved Porthleven my whole life, and I've always swum in the sea, but just in the summer and in the daytime. And I kind of went down really, really early one morning because I woke up early and I was hot, and I sort of thought, okay, I'm going to jump in the sea. It was about 6 or half 6 in the morning, and it just felt amazing. There was something really special about it being early in the morning. There was no one else around, so I don't know if it felt like a bit illicit or a little bit kind of a bit more daring or a bit more brave or something, but it just felt amazing. It's funny, I'd seen lots of other swimming groups online, and I'd sort of thought to myself, that would be amazing. It'd be so cool to have some people to go with, like to share this buzz that I was getting. And I just thought it'll never happen. But rather beautifully, one morning, it was in March in 2019, I'd sort of said to about 4 or 5 others, look, I'll let you know when I go. And if you want to come down, I'll just be going anyway. And I got here one morning, it was still kind of dark, and yeah, 4 other little faces were already there smiling at me and came and swam that morning, and that's kind of how it began, really.
It just gives you a really good reason to get up every day and just to have fun and just connect with nature, and it gives you a few moments of just escapism in the water. You just lose touch with reality, forget everything. Just gives you a real sense of purpose in the day.
I think it's just the shock of the cold water. It just kind of shocked my body, and at first I couldn't breathe, and I was really frightened of the sea and frightened of how I was going to feel and was I going to warm up. But I was about to lose Mum, and so I was already, my body was already falling apart mentally and physically. And I'd kind of heard that maybe it might help, and so that's what spurred me on. I knew that Mum was going to go, and I didn't know how to cope with any of it. And so I think I just thought that cold water just suddenly made my heart, it did something to my heart. It just made me feel stronger. The feeling that afterwards I just felt better, and then I wanted to go again. And then that's 2 years later, you're still having that feeling of, I need to get in. Somebody always says, I'll go with you, I'll meet you down there. And because there's so many people swimming now, you're very rarely on your own. But I think there's something about it where we all just get changed, we're all in our own little minds. Nobody's looking at, oh, you're looking a bit this, or you're looking a bit that, or you need to go on holiday and get a tan. Nobody cares, we're just all there for one another, and it's just a real, just come on, let's go and have some fun and get rid of some stress. Who cares?
I like being out in the air, I like being in the outdoors, and I think probably sort of jumping in the sea, you can't get more connected with your environment than that. And to be able to be with it and enjoy it is something very special. It's interesting, I can sort of maintain my warmth with the cold around me, so it's kind of like holding that space and then accustomizing yourself to the cold. There must be some sort of endorphin thing to it, because I always find that, as we always say, we never regret it. We always walk down thinking, why are we doing this? And then once we're in the water, we're going, this is great, wasn't it? I started about 2 years ago when my wife Sophie came back very excitedly and told me she'd been out for a gorgeous swim and it was lush and super. And so I thought I'd go down with her one morning, down to the ship, and I got in the water trying to be brave, squealed, shivered and thought, great, can I get out now? And then discovered we had to do a 50-yard swim to the lifeboat station. So I then had to brave up, man up for another 50 yards there. And by the time I got back, I'd kind of got used to it and it was actually rather pleasant.
We were moving to Porthleven and my sister-in-law Sal had told me about the Salty Sisters and that they swam all year round and they swam in the sea and they swam in the harbour, and I was just intrigued. Also thought they were a bit crazy at the time. And then of course we moved over and my good friend Mina introduced me to the beach here, and we came down one morning and I'd met a few sisters and we went, had a swim, and it was really cold. And then I was hooked, I loved it. I think it just felt really challenging. And I loved that I was able to get over that challenge. Bravery, I think what you get out of it is self-esteem. What you get out of it is just being in nature. What I get out of it is being able to swim, yes, but being able to be in a different type of nature. And I love that. And I've loved being able to share it with everyone else and to encourage everyone else to try it.
Swimming in a tail makes you feel like a goddess. It makes you feel like you're a mermaid, and you don't feel like yourself, but you do, and that's a good thing, but it kind of makes you feel all the best things about yourself. And so the kind of feeling of doing a tail flip is just sort of freedom. I've always enjoyed being under the water, and it's just amazing. The cold, I think you crave the cold after a while, and the feeling of the cold and being awake like that is amazing. And yeah, it just makes you feel invincible.
For me, it's helped me on my personal journey of with having MS and it taking years to accept that. It's helped me realise that I can still do stuff and that it makes me feel me again, and has helped me realise that I'm Alison rather than Alison with an illness, and it doesn't define me. I think swimming's just given me that peace and that something I'm good at and I can do anywhere, providing I can get in and out of the sea. I've hit some real lows in the last couple of years, and I think without the swimming and the camaraderie and the mental well-being what it's given me, I seriously would be in a very dark place now if I didn't have the swimming. So I think it's just given me, the mental boost and obviously the physical boost and things that I've needed at this time in my life, definitely.
It's a bit like meditation, that you just kind of go into another world when you're in the water and it's not reality. Once I've been in the sea and then I'm at work and I think, oh, this morning I was in the ocean and I was swimming, and it was just makes me feel alive, and it just makes me feel like I've achieved something before I actually even get to work. It's magical, and you see things that you wouldn't normally see because you're up early. I swim every day with Ollie as well, and I think that's really helped with our relationship and bonded us even more, because we get up every morning together and we go swimming, and then it starts the day off on a really positive note, and I've never ever regretted a swim.
How do I feel about being in the minority with a group of lovely ladies? It's a sort of quite a difficult thing for an elderly man to hang out with all these lovely young ladies. But you know, most of the time I just try and keep my mouth shut and filter out the chatter and just go for a nice swim and enjoy it. No, but it's a nice jolly. I think I feel very privileged that they even speak to me. So yeah.
I felt amazing and confident and brave and really happy. But to be able to kind of share that with other people is beautiful, because what's grown out of it is just such brilliant friendships. You know, and I think that's part of the thing for me that makes it so special, is that I've made so many new friends, and there's people that I knew that I now know so much better.